So, when I first met Stanley, the comic book icon, the creator, the inspirer, the man who made it all happen with Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko, the man who could make a crowd ignite with love and compassion for an art form, open to so many interpretations and ideas all at once, hell, open to all people from all sides of the world all at once, just the man who inspired so many through the childish regarded pages of wish fulfillment power fantasy worth 12 cents every day. Just the man who brought it all together and was there to say, Excelsior. Sidetracked there. Right. When I first met Stanley, it was hell. My own hell, specifically. New York Comic-Con 2016. The day before the day of, well, yeah. Stress was on high even then. I was pretty messed up. Things were happening fast, and being in a large line and a large crowd, to say the least, put things on high regard. I didn't want to meet people. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to take any risk until I could get in my own costume, really. Ironically, not the character that Stanley created, but I digress. Tension was running high. I was freaking out due to, well, I want to say my own problems. My dad was just trying to get everything done and get us out of there because I don't think he really likes those cons that much. And my brother was kind of out of it, though rightfully so. I was driving him and everybody up the wall with my nerves, the stress, planning for the day after, planning for that day today, planning on the variables and things to happen, how this could all go wrong, working on my own, controlling my anxiety disorder, and, well, a lot of things. Just a lot of things. I was a mess, and I apologize for that to my family. Just there. Though to make a long, complicated story short, we made it. At the end of the con, online, I was crying like a begging mess, just begging my own father to take us home before Stanley saw me like this, to see me weak, to see me a mess, to see me a freak. I cleaned myself up as best as I could and headed in to see him, next online. And when I got there, it was unbelievable. Like, not in the good way. No pictures, no objects to autograph, no direct conversations with the man himself, said the line of security. A kid lost his autograph because his dad wanted to take a photo near Stan. How can you people live like this? Jesus Christ! Where was I? It was very strict. So we made it quick, paid for our signing, and I stood before the man himself. I was just sad and done with it all, really. Just not in the good way, if there ever is one. And that's how it seemed. And when I looked at him, when I got to see him, he looked almost just as unhappy as me. Okay, well, probably not unhappy, but tired. Who knows? He kind of looked glum. Not to criticize him, like, dear God, no. Just, maybe it was a bad day for both of us. At least that's how I would like to think of it. I don't know. Who knows? But then he finished signing. And then I just said, thank you. My dad, as he was reasonably pissed off that we only got this, just an autograph and nothing to say to him. He told me, Jack, you've pined after this guy forever. Aren't you gonna say something to him? And that's when I knew I had to say something. I had to say something. Within the split 4 seconds of time I had. What was I gonna say? Well, I knew what I was gonna say. Thank you. Thank you so much for making these characters, and making my childhood, and having a large impact on my life as it was. Thank you for creating the impossible, and inspiring others that they can make the impossible. Hell, probably even be the impossible. Thank you for making us laugh, making us cry, making us feel emotions that we've probably never felt before. Thank you for inspiring me to be a writer and make my own characters, tell my own stories, go on my own adventures. Thank you and your friends, the people you worked with, for bringing these characters to life in exciting new ways never seen before. Thank you for being here. And thank you for me. But I only had like 2 seconds to think and 2 to say, so I just grabbed his hand, shook it as hard as I could, and said, "You're a big inspiration on my life." So it was at that moment that I immediately froze and was ready to die.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
I lived a good life with a good family, so it was probably best before anything really surreal happened from there. Then you know what he did? Do you really want to know? My story is not for the faint of heart. No, that's a Tobey Maguire quote. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to be clever. Let me just refresh there. You know what he did? He took my hand firm, shook it himself, and then he said, as quiet and as crisp as he possibly could, he said, "Thank you." And he smiled. And then I smiled. He smiled at me and said thank you. Something I wished to have hoped to said to him. I freaked out, and then he said thank you. That moment just made me feel amazing, incredible, mighty, invincible, fantastic, almost brand new. For stupid reasons. But aren't we all stupid? Isn't this all stupid? I'm sorry, let me just continue onward. My brother went up to him and then thanked him for talking to me. So did my father. But I couldn't believe, shit. Just shit. God damn it. And then, of course, this happened the following day, so...
Where's Francis?
Thanks, God. But I'm not talking about that. There have been many problems and controversies and allegations and loads of other things that I'm sure are probably on the right or wrong basis. Make no mistake. But Stan, he did more than just create things. He did more than just write. He did more than just sign autographs and talk to fans. He lived.
I guess one person can make a difference. Enough said.
He lived. He helped people with whatever he could. Whatever he could be. Be it spreading a good word or donations or educational creations or just saying the right things at the right time. That's what I hope to do one day. With the ones I love by my side. And I hope that he had the ones he loved by his side too. Hell, he's probably with one of them right now. Sure, there have been some things and shows that he's created or might have just been a part of that really didn't stick the landing, but regardless, I hope he had no regrets. I hope he's proud of what he had and what he's done and who helped him along the way. Life's a funny thing like that, really. It's just, Jesus Christ, I can't. And you know what? I could be wrong. I could be so incredibly wrong by the end of it. Come Sunday morning, suddenly, news breaks out about Stanley's real life, his inner life, and the other life outside the cameras, where we can't see or know who he truly was. Hell, the reason why I'm saying this is because we'll never know who any of our favorite celebrities really are without the makeup, or without the spotlight, or without the gossip, without anybody else trying to phrase it off from there, either because they're good friends or because they're family. The word celebrity is a toxic word spreading to the popular culture and separating them from the popular people to the less popular people, just creating a dividing line and blinding them to the flaws of the world, and even the flaws of ourselves that nobody has ever wanted to address. And that's nobody's fault, but it needs to change. Just... Oh my god, I feel like I'm just massively manipulating an audience that's probably not going to watch this, so... What can I say? For what I could have hoped for, or... Actually, what I do hope for, I love Stanley. I love everything about Stanley, and how I can joke around and say that I love the guy when I don't even know him. I don't. None of us did. Maybe people who were close, people how he wanted to be known, what his idea of himself. I'm sorry, I'm getting really meta and abstract about this, but I'm sorry. I just need a better understanding. I don't know. But I do know this. And I think we all know it. We knew his characters.
Dr. Doom wears body armor to conceal his own mangled form, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That was me beneath the armor. The Hulk. A normal guy 1 minute, a rage of emotions the next. Just like me when I thought about what I'd given up.
The pieces of him, the things he's taken from himself and put life into each one of them. The things he's said, the things he's done. What I can honestly say is Stanley's heart is as big as his mind. His creativity, spanning decades of life that I'm living in right now. And I'm glad to be living in. He fought for the right things at the right time, so maybe there's something better. Maybe. Stanley, in my opinion, will be one of the biggest losses to the world. More than just any actor, more than just any politician. That might be a bit far, but I genuinely do believe, based on his own words, that he really did try to change the world in what he was doing. He wasn't building buildings or bridges or anything else like that, but he was creating entertainment. He was helping people in his own way. And maybe that's all that matters. Maybe. Just maybe.
Hi, heroes. This is Stan Lee coming at you. Want you to know, Marvel has always been and always will be a reflection of the world right outside our window. That world may change and evolve, but the one thing that will never change is the way we tell our stories of heroism. Those stories have room for everyone, regardless of their race, gender, religion, or color of their skin. The only things we don't have room for are hatred, intolerance, and bigotry. That man next to you, he's your brother. That woman over there, she's your sister. And that kid walking by, hey, who knows? He may have the proportionate strength of a spider. We're all part of one big family, the human family, and we all come together in the body of Marvel. And you're part of that family. You're part of the Marvel universe that moves ever upward and onward to greater glory. In other words, excelsior.
I can only end this off with one word. No, not one, two. 2 words. 2 words alone that I just have to say to him before I'm just done altogether. And those words are, thank you. We love you, Stan. Thank you for making everything. Excelsior. Enough said.